bá máa wí. Bí kò ṣe Olúwa tí wà nípa tiwa, kí ni Ísírẹ́lì wà bá wí?
Ta ni èmi? Ènìyàn lásán lásán. Ènìyàn lásán lásán ẹlẹ́ran ara. Good evening, everybody. How are you? How have you been? How's your day been today? Welcome to tonight's broadcast. This is day 3 of Masterclass for Christian Women. And my women in the house, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, you can hear that song, Tanyemi. Memories. You can say that again. Memories. Memories. Jolakwe, I know you know. Good evening. How are you doing? How are you doing? Bringing more ladies in there. Wherever they are, let's invite more ladies in this evening. Invite your friends tonight. It's very, very powerful. I am bringing something special your way tonight. And the first day of this broadcast, I emphasize the fact that your best life is already running. Do not wait for tomorrow. I used to be in that position where you wait for a bigger time to show forth your bigger revelation, to show forth what you've got, to show forth your big dress. You're waiting for that big concert where you'll be called upon so that you can show forth your stuff, the stuff you are made of. But excuse me, you are already in the season. You are at the zone already. Good evening, everybody. Just come on in. Just come on in. I'm just, whetting your appetite about what's about to happen tonight. And so I was emphasizing the fact that do not wait. Do not wait. You are already in the zone. You are already in the zone. Can you please reduce the volume? Why can't I operate? Can I should be able to operate my stuff, right? So the point is, you are already in the zone. You don't need to wait for a better time. You don't need to wait for a greater opportunity. The greater opportunity is here. What you prayed for is here. That thing that you saw, that future that you hoped for, you're already living in it right now. Do not wait for a bigger time. That bigger time is here. It can only get better. I know there are better days ahead of us, but the days that we are in right now, it's even amazing. It's even wonderful. It's even an opportunity. So this is it. Many of us have a picture of that future that we had in mind, but it's different when you come into it. It's different when you come into it. It's not going to happen to you like suddenly. You're just going to slide into it. And sometimes we may miss the moment because we do not think that where we are right now looks like what we saw. But I'm telling you, if you accept where you are right now, like what you saw, better days ahead of you. That was all about it on the first day. Your best life is now. That was all about it on the first day. And yesterday, I emphasized the fact that stop praying religiously, do this instead. I showed us 3 dimensions of prayer. How are you? How are you? Yes, thank you so much. I showed us 3 dimensions of prayer. Prayers in the future dimension, at the present dimension, and at the past tense dimension. And I emphasized the fact that we use the past tense dimension of prayers to get, to attract, to bring to ourselves our heart desire. We don't want to continue to say, God will do it for me, God will bless me, God will heal me, God will lift me, God will bless my generation, God will lift my ministry. We don't want to be in that position where we're just hoping and begging and crying and putting our head on the ground and making God look like a wicked father who is not going to respond to the cry of his children. We don't want to be in that space. We want to put our prayer point as a past tense, like the Bible says, for them that he predestined, he called; for them that he called, he justified; for them that he justified, he glorified. Everything is in the past tense. You want to speak like David, when David said in 2 Samuel 7:9, for the Lord God of my father has been with me wherever I have gone. He has subdued all my enemies before me. He has given me a great name, like the name of the great people that are in the earth. That's exactly how David said it. he was waiting for it, but he put it in his past tense. So I gave my own example about what I posted. Thank you, Bishop, for joining. About what I posted few days ago. I said, oh God, I thank you. I am grateful that it happened. That it on the 31st of December 2021, I crushed all my goals. All my heart desires were granted. Everything God put in my heart, I was able to achieve them. I'm grateful, oh God, that so I went to this place. I put it in the past tense. If you begin to practice this, you will see the difference in the result of prayer. And as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as a career person, I emphasize the fact that the prayer aspect is important to us. You are not an ordinary person. You are a Christian, in the secular world. You are a Christian in the business world, in the marketplace, and prayer is important. Just like there's a part for diligent labor, there's a part for divine favor. So we cannot overemphasize these two going together. We must emphasize diligent labor as much as divine favor. And what brings divine favor is the aspect of prayer. So whether you're a Christian woman, in the business world, in the ministry, in inspirational world, whether you're singing, speaking, or inspirational mom, it's important for you to know the impact of prayer. The impact of prayer cannot be overemphasized. I hope you get that. All right, that's about it. I just did a quick a brief about what happened the day before and yesterday, and I want to go right into it. My name is Moji Alawi. If you are just joining us or catching on the replay, my name is Moji Alawi, and my friends call me PMA for short, and that's cool. Okay, I'm a greatness coach. I'm a gospel minister. I'm a women achievability strategist, and I'm a TV personality. You may have stumbled on my talk show on the TV stations, on DSTV or GoTV or Star Times. So I am that PMA. Thank you so much, Bishop Ife. I am that PMA that they talk about. I am that PMA that they talk about. And this 21 days broadcast, what God put on my shoulder, it's not convenient for me. I'm not that kind of person that loves to go live every time. But I had to pull myself out of my lazy couch to be here for you. And if you are here with me, that is what an encouragement I can only ask of you. The way I'm putting data on my phone, I'm loading. My daughter keep doing this every time. If this doesn't work, it works. Sometimes she will just feel like, Mom, what are you getting out of this? But the important thing is that there's somebody out there that needs to hear what I'm saying tonight. There's somebody out there that needs to do something. And what I want to show you tonight is really, 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 really very powerful. I want to open your eyes to where you are right now. I want to show you the potential place you're supposed to be. And I want to show you the way there. That's my job tonight. I want to show you where you are right now, and I want to show you where you ought to be, right? The potential is there, and I want to just open your eyes. And let me just quickly say, I'm just getting used to Instagram Live. If there's anything we need to do to invite more people, can you please go ahead and do it? I think I did something yesterday. I couldn't remember what it was, and it's in the night. Most of my tech guys are not around me, so if there's any way you can invite people, please go ahead and do so. Go ahead, maybe tag them or something. I think I did something like that yesterday. I was trying to do it, but I wasn't able. No, I'm not trying to bring anybody in. I'm just trying nice. So I want to go right into it today. I want to show you where you are. I want to show you the potential of your possibilities, and I want to show you the way there. Where you are right now, you understand, it's not the best place. It's a good place, but it's not the best. You know what? Because our best years are ahead of us. Our glorious years are ahead of us. We're in a place right now, it's a good place to be, but there is an opportunity for growth. I know where you are right now. Sometimes God's intention is more than our intentions. God's plan definitely is more than our plans. God's purpose is bigger and greater. Sometimes we look at ourselves and we feel like I'm not fit for this greatness that God is talking to me about. I'm not fit. This is too much for me. Solomon was in that space when he said, God, the shoe that my father left for me is too big for me to wear. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to lead the whole land of Israel? How am I supposed to go this way? I'm not even like my father. My thought is different. I love this. I love that. I'm not like my father. I'm not as dedicated as my father. How am I supposed to get to where God is asking me to get to? And he asked God for wisdom. And I'm going to show you something today. Because I'm speaking today on flip the switch. You got to flip the switch. Can you please put in the comment section, flip the switch. Flip the switch. Where you are being, God's intention, God's faithful heart. You have a faithful heart. You are working on God's plan. You are working on God's intention. You trust people. That's where you have been. You have been in a place of trust. I'm telling you that I'm showing you where you are being. I will show you the potential you have to be better. And I will show you how to get there. So this is the part one of it, where you have been. You have been in a place of trusting people, hoping that somebody's going to send help to you, hoping that help will come from somewhere, hoping that somebody's going to show forth for you. That's where you have been. You desire more. That's where you have been. You have an act of love. That's where you have been. You want to give more. Sometimes you are in between places. Sometimes you are weak and the other time you are strong. Sometimes you are Sarai and the other time you are Sarah. Sometimes you have been transformed from Sarai to Sarah. But you cannot even explain it, how your Sarai come to visit with Sarah. So many times we are in between places. Sometimes you are Jacob and sometimes you are Israel. Your names have been transformed to Israel. But sometimes the Jacobs sometimes visit with your Israel. You are in between places. That is where you are being. You understand? You are a very strong woman, yet you are also very weak at times. You can be in that space where you are just looking at everything and you feel like crying. That's where you are being. That's where you are being. Thank you for joining me, everybody. That's where you are being. Can you please invite your friends if you can? That's where you are being. You are a woman of God, yet you are still what? You are still a girl child. You are a girl child. Sometimes the girl child inside you want to raise her hand and say, me too. I want this. Me too. I love it. Me too, I love this. Me too, I love that. You see somebody being pampered and you feel like me too, even though you're a woman of God. It so happened. That is where you have been. I'm telling you tonight, you're going to flip the switch. But I want to show you how to do it. And the first assignment is to show you where you have been. The next assignment to show you your potential. And the third one to close tonight will be to show you the way there. So you're a woman of God, but you are a girl of God. You are a girl child. And I also said that you are a woman meeting need, yet you are a woman with need. We all can relate. This is where we are. For the fact that you are a child of God doesn't mean you do not have your own challenges and your trials. This is the experience. This is what we can relate. This is the experience we have every day. There are these challenges back and forth. But we can also know that even though I'm a girl child, I'm also a woman of God. Even though I'm a woman with need, I am also a woman who meets needs. This is how it is. And whether you are a man or a woman, this thing is true. Just this way I'm saying it, you can relate to it. Now, what are your potentials? Even though you are weak and sometimes strong, even though you are powerful and sometimes you feel unpowerful, even though you are fulfilled, sometimes you feel unfulfilled, even though you are here, sometimes you feel you are there. Even though you are Jacob, sometimes you feel like Israel. Even though you are Sarai, sometimes you feel like Sarah, sometimes you feel like Sarai. Even though this is all right, this back and forth is going on in our lives, this is when sometimes you wake up in the morning, you are fired up to pray. And the other day you wake up, you don't even feel like praying. You have determined that, this week I'm going to fast. But you wake up that week and you feel so weak, you cannot fast. This is the reality of where we are. But I want to show you today how to move from where you are to where you ought to be. That's why I'm talking on the topic, flip the switch. Now, what are your potentials? There are so many wonderful promises ahead of you. I'm showing you your potential. So many wonderful promises ahead of you, right? I met a man in Atlanta some time ago. That was about 2009. And he looked at me. He read a lot about me. And he shook my hand. It was actually a consular at the Nigeria embassy in Atlanta. And he told, he's an Igbo man, I forgot his name now. And he told me, he said, woman, you have a lot of promises ahead of you. That was the first time I would hear something like that. I've heard about prophecies. I've heard about prophecies of God over my life. But when he said that, I felt like my soul resonated with it. That you have many promises ahead of you. And that's the first thing I want to drop here today. What are your potentials? You have many promises ahead of you. You have prophecies over your life that are waiting to be fulfilled. This is the potential. What you saw in your dream, it is very possible. Yes, you could change the world as we know it. You could change the world as we know it. I will change the world as we know it through the power of music, through the power of media and mentorship. I, Mojelawe, will change the world as we know it. And so you could change the world as we know it. You could break the glass ceilings. You could break the glass. You can surprise your generation. You could suppress your generation. You could bring the name of your parent, the name of your ancestors into the globe. You can bring the name of your ancestor into the globe. No matter how hard it is to pronounce, when your name gets into the globe, you know what? Everybody will start helping you pronounce it. Everybody will start helping you pronounce it. Everybody. If you are hearing me, please let me know that you are hearing me. I want to be very sure that everybody is hearing me. And this is your potential. These are your potential. Right? You could change the world as we know it. And you know what? Let me just tell you this right here. Let me tell you this right here. Do you want it? Very soon, the whole world will know that when they need money, they can come to you. That's your potential. I heard this one from Pastor Iyadeboye, Daddy in the Lord, Daddy Gio, one day when I was watching his message on TV, and he said, very soon the whole world will know that if they need money, they can come to you. If this is true, can you put in the comment section? Very soon the whole world will know that if they need money, they will come to me. If your own is different, you can say, very soon the whole world will know. If they need food, they can come to me. Very soon the whole world will know. If they need counseling, they can come to me. Very soon the whole world will know. If they need a major break in their life, they can come to me. What you want to say? What will the world come to you for? These are your potentials. Tonight, I'm talking about flipping the switch. Flipping the switch. And I'm going right into it right now. I'm going right into it, flipping the switch. So the command for you this morning is flip the switch. Thank you, Alabi. Flip the switch. Put in the comment section for me, please. Flip the switch. Flip the switch. Put it in the comment section for me. That, what do you do to move from where you are? Now I've shown you where you have been. I've shown you how it's the light, and I can relate, and you can relate. It's not new to you. And it's not just particular to you. This is what all of us can feel every time. This is where you have been. And I've showed you your potentials. Now, where you need to be is what we are working on. And what do you do to make this potential your reality? What do? You flip the switch, right? What does it mean? You know, this is a switch. It's like a small button between darkness and light. A switch is like a small button between fulfillment and lack of it. You know, it is a switch. It's so small, but it is significant. It is being empowered, being programmed, you know, being enabled to change things around, to change environment. It brings illumination. It shows the way. It clears the path and brings a change. It is a switch. It is a switch. So tonight, what I'm saying, you flip the switch. Now, with a flip of hands, I can put up, this is flipping the switch right now. You can see the difference. That is it right there. With a switch, you can turn on the light or you can turn off the light. And tonight, what I want you to do is to flip it. Is to flip that switch. And I want to show you how to do it in order to get your potential becoming your reality. Your potential is not yet your reality. It's just what is possible with you. But when you flip the switch, your potentials becomes your reality. And what I want to show you tonight is that. That's it. What is the meaning of this thing I'm talking about? Flip the switch. Thank you, Alabi, for. All right. Let's go right into it. A switch is like a device for making or breaking connection in an electric circuit. That's what is common. That's what you know. But look at this. It's also an act of changing or adopting one thing in place of another. It's also an act of changing or adopting one thing in place of another. It's also an act of changing the position and direction or focus. Changing position, changing direction, changing focus. I was talking to someone this week and I said sometimes you need to shift things around. And this is what it means to flip the switch. That to shift things around, you change things. Change relationship. Change location. Change where you are. Change your friendships. Change your localities. Change your community. I'm tempted, but I don't want to mention change your church. Sometimes you realize that you have been in a particular place for a very long time and growth has been retarded. You are not moving forward, you are not moving backward. And you are so fearful and so scared to leave. The bottom line is, if you leave, there could be a change. That could be the change that you wait for in your life. Inability to live is to leave you retarded for the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years of your life. So what does this mean to flip the switch, to shift things around, to change things, to alternate, try something else? If you fail, you know you have tried. But inability to try something else, it makes you to be retarded. Flip the switch. Try something else. If I'm playing around with lights and I do not know what it will give me, once I do this and I feel like, oh my God, this is darkness, I flip the switch and the light is on. There's so many things in our lives that we need to change, that we need to try, we need to explore, we need to travel, we need to meet new people, we need to make calls to new people, we need to connect, not just collect contact, we need to learn new trades, we need to learn new things, but we are retarded where we are. We have never tried anything new. It's time to flip the switch. It means to substitute. What are you using 24 hours to do? What some people use 24 hours to achieve, some people achieve it in just what? Some people achieve it in 1 minute. And what some people will use 24 months, 1 year to achieve, 12 months to achieve, is what some people will achieve in just 1 week. You know, it's all about trying. It's all about trying this and that. And how do you know? Is when you flip the switch. Oh girl, it's time to shift things around. It's time to change things. It's time to substitute. It's time to review relationships. It's time to, to check your daily routine. It's time to check on your relevance. It's time to scale up. It's time to scale up. If you have been doing the same thing for many, many years and nothing has changed around you, then you need to flip the switch. You need to change things over. You may need to change your environment. You may need to change your location. You may need to change your church. You may need to change your friends for the greater good. I know your heart is good. You have the heart of gold. And my son was telling me the other time, oh, this man, this is the situation. He has this heart. Because he doesn't want somebody to be hurt, that's why he's stuck in that place. I said, you know, sometimes you are the one that is even delaying the progress of that community. Why? Because you refuse to move away from there. Do you know when Jonah was in that boat, it was the cause for which they were going to sink. They threw everything they had from that boat into the water. Yes, the storm did not stop until Jonah left that ship. There are some Christians, they need to leave some cycles. They need to leave some community for that community to even be able to grow and express themselves. There are many of us that will put on our shoulder the responsibility that belongs to God. We are taking the glory that God deserves. That's why we have refused to move from where we are. We believe we are the soul of that church. We believe we are the soul of that ministry. We believe we are the soul of that company. If we live to try to move forward, the company will die, something will happen. No. God is a manager of resources. God is in charge of situations and circumstances. I'm not saying to be a rebel. No. I am not a rebel. I am not a rebel, so I'm not going to encourage anybody to be a rebel. I'm not saying to be a rebel, but you will know in your heart when your instinct is telling you it's time to do things differently. In fact, there are some times that you may be in that particular company, in that particular, environment, and you will do something different from what you have been doing before. It is very, very possible. It's extremely possible. It's extremely possible. My husband was telling me last week that one of the women in our church who happened to be a member of the choir, who loves singing so much, who loves to be in the choir, sing every Sunday, she has been feeling this prayer demand on her life for about 3 or 6 months now. She had already been in the prayer department. As a matter of fact, she has been leading another prayer department in that church, and all of a sudden she just talked to my husband and said, no, I want to leave the choir and face the ministry. I think God wants me to assist you, man of God, in the ministry. And she left the choir to start doing things differently. That's what I'm talking about. Doing things differently sometimes could be what you need. But doing things the same way may make you remain in the same place. For things to change in your life, you need to flip the switch. Sometimes it may not be convenient, but for the greater good, you will do it. Sometimes some journeys may not be convenient. This early 2020, God was putting in my heart, it was early in the year in January, to make a trip to the United Kingdom. It was not convenient, financially and otherwise. It was not convenient. And more so, I had just one program, and that one program is not going to, foot my bill for the trip. So I decided to take it, a step of faith, and make that journey. I had no idea that any pandemic will happen. Nobody had any idea. I was still in London in that February, early February, when the breakout was, and they were still contemplating, should we declare it a global pandemic? They said, no, it's not a global pandemic, it's just going to go. It was February last year. And that was the last time I traveled. I could have missed that opportunity. With a lot of connection that I made that is still useful for me today, I would have not been able to make them because I was reluctant to flip the switch. Because normally I don't travel in January. That was a different way for me. But I obeyed and I took a step of faith, and that was the last trip I've made. Since that time, I've not stepped out of Nigeria. There are some times that God is preparing you. And you know what? Another thing I'm doing, what I'm doing tonight is flipping the switch. For some of you that knows me, I'm a gospel music minister. And God has been telling me to start this online college for a very long time. And during the pandemic was when I was able to flip the switch and know that I need to express my other parts. In fact, June last year was when I completely unveiled, and I called June to that I'm unveiling new expressions. So sometimes you need to unveil new expression to flip the switch. So since June last year, I've been able to reach out to quite a number of women. I established my online college of greatness for Christian women. It's an amazing experience, and I know you can do the same. So it's time for some people to know that you are around and you are not only limited to one expression. It's time for people to know. And wait, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying do this today, do this tomorrow, and touching everything. No, I'm saying that on top of that thing that you are doing, begin to flip the switch and turn the light on it. Turn the light on it. Let there be illumination on it. Create a brand around it. Solidify it, consolidate it. Let people know you for what you are doing. Come top of mind. This is exactly the importance of what I'm talking about today in flipping the switch. Do not let life pass you by because of fear or because of religion. Do not let life pass you by because of fear or because of religion. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Debola. Yes, Debo Alda. That's it right there. Debo Alda. I'm sorry, I misspelled that name. Debo Alda. He said you're absolutely spot on, PME. We can't keep flipping the same burger till it gets burned. Step of faith is needed when our instinct gives the divine direction. I love that. You just nailed it. You just nailed it, Debo Alda. You just nailed it. Step of faith is needed when our instinct gives the divine direction. When you will know when your instinct is giving you the divine direction, you will know. You will know. Something will be telling you, this is the time to do this, this is the time to do this. And it comes to a time when you refuse to take a step in doing it, you will realize that something will happen. You will lose that instinct. You will lose that passion. You will lose that drive. And you have lost something, even unknown to you. You have lost something. You have lost something. Movement happens every time. Movement happens every time. And if there are people in your life right now that are useful to you, that God wants you to take advantage of their presence in your life, do it right now, because you may not have them tomorrow. You may not have them tomorrow. So you need to be sure what your spirit is telling you to do, and take boldness. It takes boldness to take a step towards that. So do not let life pass you by. Do not allow life to pass you by because of fear or because of religion. If you want to be top of mind, if you want to be named among the great, you need to flip the switch. You need to turn on the light. You need to turn on the illumination upon you. I want to encourage you to live, and give yourself permission to live. Give yourself permission to express. Stop apologizing for the hand of God upon your life. Life is about winning, and you have to let yourself win, because nobody will let you win. Let me end this broadcast today with a particular game that that we're so used to in Nigeria. It's like a chair game. It's like dancing game kind of. You know, it's a game that consists of players and some chairs, and the music will be playing in the background. And this is it right there. There are chairs surrounding, you know, chairs, maybe like 10, maybe like 12, maybe like 8, and there are so many people around the chair. Everybody's looking for the opportunity when the music pauses for them to take the chair, to sit on it. And many times, everybody's looking for that. But if you are lucky and you are smart enough, when the music pauses and you're able to sit on the chair, you win. But if you are not able to sit on the chair, you lose. Nobody's going to allow you to win. You're going to let yourself win. And you win by continually flipping things around, shifting things, alternating things. There are times in my life that I put all my relationship on the scale, and I ask myself, what is this person still doing in my life? I want to know the importance of a relationship in my life. So I speak to some of my friends from time to time. I want to know what role this person is playing in my life, so that I'm not just playing around with my life, my time, just to realize that I'm just having time wasters around me who are exhausting me. Because there are people in your life that when they put a call through to you, you cannot but pick. You have to pick and listen to them. And if these people are time wasters, you know what happened? They will waste 10 years of your life unknown to you. So there are times you switch relationship around, you flip it around and say, this is for this, for this, for this. You put them in their place and know what somebody is doing in your life. I'm telling you truly and sincerely. I've been recording the PMA show for some time now, and we are preparing for another shoot, and I made a very powerful decision. That was about 2 days ago. That's a very powerful decision. Many people that I've never asked anybody to bring money to appear on the PMA show, but I know that we need money to move the company forward, to keep growing the company. And then when we are ready for Abuja shoot, my location manager in Abuja was advising me that we're going to write a proposal that the people that are coming on the show can support the production cost, because it's really, really huge. And because of that, I wanted to try the same thing with Ibadan. We are planning an Ibadan shoot, and I put the money there, and in my mind I'd be like, people in Ibadan don't give money there, and they are not so rich, they can't do it. But right in my mind, I need to flip things around. You know what I did? I told myself, anybody that cannot afford it, I'm not supposed to think about them. That they do not deserve to come on my show. That is flipping the switch right there. I mean, this is something I've been doing for many years because I have passion for it, to inspire people. And the company needs to grow. But I cannot continue to use this mentality, lose-win mentality. I told you about it yesterday. A lot of Christians are in that mentality, lose-win mentality, where they don't care. They just continue to do things, you know, for the blessing of the body of Christ, for the blessing of people, without knowing what benefit is bringing to them. Enough of lose-win mentality. Let's win-win. Let's do win-win mentality. So on that, I told myself, then anybody that cannot meet up, then why am I looking for people that cannot afford it? Are you telling me there are not people that can afford to be on my show and be able to give us that money? We are not asking you to pay it. You are not under any obligation whatsoever. But we want to encourage you to support the production cost. And anybody that cannot afford to do that, then it's not supposed to be on the show. That is flipping the switch right there. Meanwhile, there is something on my inside that will be telling me, this person is famous, we need to bring him. Oh, this person is popular, we need to bring her. Oh, this person can do this. No, it's not about that. For this season, it's not about that. That is a switch flipping right there. It's just sometimes to switch things around, to change things, to alternate things. So say, okay, I'm not going to have this person on my show because he cannot afford it. That is flipping the switch right there. It's very, very important. And many of us are giving a lot of things out freely that we need to think about it. We need to give it a rethink. The Lord will help us. Change your mindset, change your perspective, give yourself permission, accept yourself, go for it. Do not take permission to express yourself. Do not give excuse for the hand of God upon your life. Stop apologizing for your purpose. Begin to flip things around. I'm sure and I'm so certain that you will see results of this very, very soon. And it's happening now. I thank you guys for coming out tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How are you? That's the end of my broadcast. I'm waiting for some love, some emojis before I go. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. I need some emoji. I need some love here, baby. Send me some love. Send me some emojis, send me some art, and let me just go tonight and rest my back. It's been a very long day and there's a lot of work to be done. Follow me at Lady PMA and join me every Wednesday for live broadcast, and I'm going to make a very big opportunity available to you before the end of this week. My album will be released before the end of this month. Just pray for me. I need your prayers. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Forgive me for any glitches. I'm just getting used to Instagram live. And I hope I'm just trying my best. I'm going to get better at this, as I have a lot of team that are working with me, but most of them will not be around with me in the night. But I thank you for being here with me tonight, and I'll see you again tomorrow, God's willing. Bye.